Tonight at 6, the city of Vancouver is reeling after a driver tore through a crowd of hundreds in what police are calling a senseless and heartbreaking act of violence. We now know 11 people are confirmed dead, with police warning that death toll could still rise further. Acting Police Chief Steve Rye says the attack is the darkest day in the city's history. Let's just bring you up to date then on the situation in New York, the Hudson River, where a helicopter has crashed. Let's take you live to pictures of that crash site. And I will just bring you an update, in fact, on those numbers from New York. The bodies of 6 people have now been recovered from the crash site. CBS News reporting those numbers and also adding that the body of a pilot was one of those who has sadly been recovered from inside the aircraft in the last few minutes. Plenty more on that as it comes to us. And we'll just pull away from that press conference there with Sir Keir Starmer to bring you an update from Brazil. It appears that the plane crash we were covering in the last few minutes in Sao Paulo has killed, reportedly, all those on board. You can see as well on the screen, if you're watching on television, pictures showing serious plumes of smoke in the air as that plane appears to have plummeted down through a cluster of trees and burst into flames. If this isn't the right approach, what is? Because it seems like fixing education is an endless pursuit. Well, our North West of England reporter Sophie Reaper is live for us in Liverpool, where that inquiry is taking place. Sophie, more parents of Letby's victims today giving evidence. What more have we heard? Turning to other news making the headlines today, and disgraced former BBC News presenter Hugh Edwards has been asked to return his salary by the corporation's board today. Some breaking sporting news to bring you. Glasgow have confirmed they will host the Commonwealth Games in 2026. That's after the Scottish Government agreed to back a scaled-down version of the event. Plenty more still to come this hour. Get your comments coming in, gbnews.com/yoursay. First, though, all of the headlines with Sophia. Well, some space news for you in a historic first. China has successfully landed on the dark side of the moon. The unmanned Chang'e 6 lunar probe is exploring a region that no other country has ever managed to reach and is on a mission to collect rock and soil samples. And as Americans come to terms with the aftermath of Hurricane Milton, Vice President Kamala Harris appears to be losing momentum after some ill-prepared interviews. It makes complete sense for sort of mastering the craft, but the minute you step foot on, the stage, it's a completely different atmosphere.
Well, you would think so.
A recap of that breaking news brought to us just in the last few minutes that Nick Reed, CEO of the Post Office, is stepping down after leading the company through one of its most turbulent periods in recent times. And just a response, in fact, from the Welsh First Minister on that announcement from Jonathan Reynolds, the Welsh First Minister saying, "I welcome today's funding announcement. The Welsh Government stands shoulder to shoulder with the UK Government in doing all we can to support workers at Tata Steel." Well, let's take a quick pause from that story and take you live now to Westminster, where the Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, is speaking.
Thank you very much for inviting me here today.
More on that story throughout the rest of this morning. In other news, we'll bring you some breaking news tonight from the sporting world. We've heard that rugby league legend Rob Burrow has died at the age of 41. We'll just start with some breaking news coming to us from Hamburg in Germany this afternoon, where a major police operation is now underway. That's after officers there fired shots at a person who reportedly threatened them with an axe. We understand it happened on the sidelines of a Euro 2024 football fan parade in the centre of the city. There are reports of a stabbing, at this stage a mass stabbing being reported in Dam Square in the city centre, leaving several people injured, with eyewitnesses reporting at least at this stage 3 known to be wounded. Police were flooding the scene just before 3:30 this afternoon. Trauma teams and ambulances rushing to that scene. Some pictures we're seeing here in the newsroom suggest that there is a heavy emergency response. Due to those high winds we were just discussing, firework events were cancelled last night in parts of the UK, including Hogmanay in Edinburgh. Our reporter Anna Riley has this roundup for you of all of the 2025 celebrations from across the world. And finally, last night's Brit Awards was dominated by singer-songwriter Ray in a stunning turnaround for the 26-year-old after she was dumped by her old record label. Here's the moment that she claimed one of the top honours.
I'm so proud of this album. I'm in love with music. All I ever wanted to be was an artist. And now I'm an artist with an album of the year!
In total, that means she scooped up an astonishing 6 awards. That's the most wins in a single year at the Brits ever. I'm Sam Francis. This is GB News Breakfast. A very happy New Year.
Can't believe Ollie's so first.
Right, that is the end of our conversation with the panel for now. I'm not talking to them anymore.
You're the widow here.